Right, the cramping. The cramping and the concrete pills. I had phenomenal cramps. They would wake me up in the middle of the night, calf muscle, thigh, excruciating. Anyone that's cramped before knows how painful it can be. I would launch out of bed in absolute agony and have to put my full body weight down on my leg to straighten the muscle out. I was told that I needed more multivitamins, needed to have more salt. I thought, okay, so I took a hard look at my diet and started sorting it out. I was young. I thought, oh, I'll get on top of this. Slowly over time, the cramping shifted from my legs to my back to my stomach muscles and my chest. If you've ever experienced your abdominals cramping, it's definitely a pain on its own. I was at my brother-in-law's mate's house watching the fight. I forget who was boxing. Years ago now. And I was sitting there, a crowd of 30 or 40 on the lounge. And I was, I've got to lie down because my stomach was cramping so much. Absolute killer pain. And it would just cramp and stay there. And I'd rub my stomach, press on the muscle. Got to the point where I would, punch myself like any guy would. Pain, hit, make better. No, it didn't make better. But still, sucked it up. Cramping would inevitably stop. And I would just carry on with life. Came to a head when I was in the movie theatre with one of the bros. I had to leave the movie. Pain was too much. It was excruciating. The cramping was constant. I was 5 or 10 minutes deep in my stomach. So I went out of the theatre, laid down between the two doors where you're not in the movie but you're not outside, so it's nice and dark. I told the brother-in-law I was just going for a piss. It's one of my favourite sayings. If I'm going to disappear, I was always going for a piss somewhere. The irony in saying that is not lost on me to this day. Like I said, there are definitely some smiles and laughs in there. So I lay down between those two doors, straighten myself out as much as I could, try and control some of this and just breathe through this pain. A couple people walked into the movie late. A couple people went out, must have wanted lollies or drinks or something. And I just said, just cramping a bit, I'll be sweet. Again, those concrete pills, Did stop after about 10-15 minutes. Sure, the bro thought I'd just fallen in, into the toilet. I downplayed it, of course, because who's really gonna care? That was my perspective. No one really listens when a bloke says that he's hurting. You might get a few close mates that'll listen. I didn't want to burden anyone. That was my mindset. You have pain, you suffer, you cram it down, carry on, live your life. Nothing's ever easy. It's almost like a form of gaslighting looking back. I went on that night to get incredibly drunk at the casino. It's almost like the alcohol stopped the pain. Physically, emotionally. But it didn't stop everything. At least did I know what was going to happen next.